Good evening. My name is Ross Nova, and I got a little secret to tell you. This sweatshirt, I got a Hy-Vee in Robbinsdale for $4.99. That's right, $4.99. I bought two. Does it look nice? I love this sweatshirt. It's nice. Anyway, I was online earlier today searching Mike Lindell to kind of see where he's going with the whole governor approach, what his goals are and whatnot. And I must say, everything he said online is so vague, just like Amy Klobuchar, crying Amy Klobuchar. Everything is so vague. There's no specific plan on how to fix or address issues in our state of Minnesota. And I'm just not happy. But he did mention, like for example, I'll read one. Reduce your income and business taxes will ignite the investment needed to grow our economy. Reducing income and business taxes in what way? Right? Cutting sales taxes for in-person purchase to 5% and current motor vehicle registration fees in half. So the whole vague part, reducing income, business, and taxes, well, that's very vague. And that's how most of his website is, very vague. I did like cutting sales tax for in-person purchase to 5%, so he's getting a little precise there. But key word, in-person purchase, meaning you're only going to benefit if you shop at Target, Walmart, if you actually physically go into a store. Where most of us nowadays shop where? On Amazon, online, right? And in other words, you will not benefit on that. And the 5%, that will be the lowest tax, sales tax across all 50 states except 2 states. Montana, which is at 0, and Oregon, which is also at 0. Other than that, will be the lowest. That's a huge drop from 8.14 down to 5. You're almost cutting that in half. That would shock the system because we are Minnesota nice, right? We have a lot of programs that we want to support. And if we drop taxes too quickly, too fast, then all those programs might disappear, or some may have to disappear, stop funding, in other words. And I don't like that. Like, we should be able to go in and say yes or no to a program, not because there's not enough money, is because we either agree or don't agree with that program. That's it. My plan, it won't be as cool, but you'll benefit a lot more from it. Right now, we're at 8.14. And what do you think I did? Just like I did with every other tax cut. I took the average of North Dakota, South Dakota, Illinois, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. Divide by 5, and you got yourself a 6.93%. So you're going from 8.14 down to 6.93. 8.14 is the 15th highest. Okay. If you drop it down to 6.93, it's not the highest, it's not the lowest, it's not the middle. We're slightly below it, which is perfect sweet spot to be in. That's what I believe in. Now, the 6.93, it's not just in person. It's online as well. It's across all sales tax, period. That way, if you shop online, you're winning. Because most of us shop online, right? We don't go to Target as much anymore unless it's to buy groceries or Walmart. We don't really shop much. We just prefer, the only time we will shop is if we want to try clothes, right? To find that size. Then we take a picture of it. We Google that image, see where it's at, compare prices, and most likely you buy it online. That's how it goes. Sorry. So yeah, that's what I would do. I would drop it down to 6.93%, which is slightly below average. And everybody wins. Whether you only shop in person, or whether you only shop online, or whether you do a little bit of both. It's a win-win-win situation. One more thing. He said current motor vehicle registration fees cut in half. My registration fees, which I'll have to register my truck here, is probably around 50, 60 bucks. Cut that in half, that's 30 bucks. That's almost nothing. Some of you guys are paying 200 plus. Cut that in half is 100 plus. That's a bit of a sticker shock. What I would do, which I've not had a chance to do so, is find out what the fee cost is across North Dakota, South Dakota, Illinois, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, and kind of find that sweet spot. We can maybe drop it down a little bit, but you have to understand those registration fees, the gas tax. That's what keeps our infrastructure intact. That's why we have to be very, very careful. Like when we only save 2 cents, you save $24 per year, but if I go any lower, then our infrastructure starts falling apart, and we don't want that. So we have to be very careful when you fine tune and lower the taxes, because if you lower too fast, it's gonna suck next year to say, oh, we have to bring it back up. Now you're gonna look like a monster. You're gonna make people happy at first, and next year they're gonna hate you for it. We have to find a nice balance where it does not shock the system. I don't think I would support cutting more motor vehicle registrations in half. Maybe 10%. Or every year that you register, it'll drop a certain percentage, because sometimes I've noticed that it hasn't dropped because the values of the cars have gone up for some reason, but it should drop every time. So that's where I stand. Ross Nova shooting forward, brighter, bolder, with more money in your pocket for a better tomorrow. Thank you.